Welcome to Awakening the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kristian Strang, and welcome to your 2025 calendar year mid-year oracle reading. It is time to bust you out of another paradigm. Are you ready? Before we do that, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm a mystic metaphysical psychologist and Amazon best-selling author of 13 books. In 2008, I dedicated my life to the divine, and I have been living spirit-led ever since, assisting other women and children along the way, supporting them in being set free to heal their body, mind, and spirit of any and all things karmic, physical, mental, emotional that you can think of, as well as create their most exquisite love and radical abundance. Welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to have some time with you today to assist you in your next level of freedom and sovereignty. And this mid-year solstice oracle reading is coming to you from, are you ready? From our new book, Radical Abundance in Radical Times, The Oracle. Let me see if it's going to pick it up there on the camera. So I'm very excited about this. The first version of this oracle was released privately in 2021. We sold out of it, and I have been waiting for the guidance of when it was time to rewrite it and upgrade it and add a new transmission or two and bring it up to date because so much is changing in the realm of abundance and how to live in radical abundance and what does it even mean to live in radical abundance. And we certainly know that we're in radical times, but let's talk about why you being free of the limited wealth paradigm it's time now. Like if ever there was a time, it's now. So I have had this second edition ready to go since February of this year, and my team just kept saying, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And then finally, it's happening now. We are in pre-order phase right now, so there'll be a link in the show notes so that you can place your pre-order. You receive a radical wealth meditation, a companion meditation to go along with these transmissions when you place your pre-order by June 11th, and then the paperback will be available for order June 11th as well. I love me a paperback. I just got my copies yesterday, and I was just instantly like, those of you who are authors and book lovers, you know how it is, right? Just holding the book is just like, oh, there's just something about it. So very excited to have my paperback, and you will have yours soon as well if you prefer that. And you can also have the ebook version for when you travel. But this is the oracle to upgrade your frequency around wealth and abundance. When we're talking about radical abundance, we mean abundance that doesn't make sense. We mean outside of the program that you've been given, that you have to work 40 plus hours a week at a job you don't love. You have to have 2.5 kids and a white picket fence and be married to one person for the rest of your life and to age as just a part of the natural process of life and gain weight as part of the natural process of life and then get sick and then die. So if you're not into that paradigm, if that paradigm does not light you up and make you go, yes, then you're in the right place. Because everything that I do is supporting you in being your higher self in form, which breaks you out of those paradigms. So, your message for this second half of the year. Now, 2025, we did our calendar New Year reading for the entire year, and this is going to give you a boost going into this second half of the year. You can use both readings to guide you, so be sure to go back to our 2025 calendar oracle reading that came out. And now we're going to go into this mid-year time that we're at, this time where you're really ready to step into your next level of radical abundance, which means unexplainable, illogical, not associated with the head brain, but completely coming from your higher self and who you really are. So I asked, what was the message you most needed to hear? What did you most need to know and do so that you can step into your next level of radical abundance during these radical times? And I opened to so perfect your destiny. And we have these great roses that are throughout the book. My formatter is amazing. Shout out to Catherine. Your transmission is your destiny is to live rich. This is your destiny. Now, you've been programmed to believe otherwise, that you have to labor and toil and do things you don't want to do in order to experience wealth. But that's not actually true. So, I'm going to share with you part of this transmission. If you're not driving or not operating heavy equipment and don't have to have your eyes open, close your eyes, take some nice deep breaths, and just allow yourself to receive this portion of this transmission that is just for you. Here we go. In order for you to live rich, you must follow this one incredibly important principle. You must live authentically. You must live as the true you. And the true you is unabashedly honest about who you really are, the gifts you love to give. The true you knows with clarity your purpose to bring more light into the world, and so it seeks and finds myriads of ways to do so. Your true self is impassioned with light and desires deeply to be part of the powerful upliftment of your divine earth. The true you desires to uplift, enhance, and empower all those who are willing and ready for the experience of elevation into more of who you truly are. The true you aligns with organizations, paths, people, and actions that allow you to give your highest gifts in ways that are of true service to the greater good. The true you is rich already. Did you know this? The true you, who you really are at the core of your being, is already rich. And so while many think they have to go out there and get their riches, in truth, the way, linked to Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, to your riches is by digging deep within you and unearthing the true expression of who you really are and allowing that to radiate out into the stratosphere. You may be wondering how you do this. And while there are a plethora of various options in your world about how to find your purpose, along with ways to uncover your destiny, we have the simplest way of them all for you. Do what you are divinely guided to do every single day. In Kristian's work with others, she works with those called to live their destiny. And the first step to living one's destiny is to be open and willing to follow the signs that lead you to your destiny. It's not about deciding on your destiny or finding your destiny. And you could use the word mission here as well. Your destiny lives within you. And so unearthing the true you will always lead you to your destiny, which will in turn be the most fulfilling and wonderful way for you to live. So, really quick check in right here, right now, with yourself. Take a nice deep breath, drink that in. Is how you're living your current life deeply fulfilling to you? And does it feel wonderful? Like on any given day, right? Nothing is without contrast on earth. Yeah, yes. But overall, as a whole, do you find how you spend your life fulfilling and wonderful? And if the answer to that is yes, then you are on the right track. The second question is, are you doing weekly focused healing expansion to uncover more of who you really are? This might look like doing the SG guide, our superpowers guide, inner child healing, parts work. This might look like having higher self unification sessions with me and my spiritual team. But what are you doing on the regular to make sure that the limiting beliefs, fears, and traumas that live within you from this incarnation and previous incarnations are being unearthed, released, loved back into wholeness. If you have those two pieces in place, you will live a rich life. Now, what if you're saying, well, Kristian, I am doing those things and I am not living a rich life. I'm not living abundantly. Then you might need to go deeper into anywhere you're not being honest with yourself and going deeper into that unearthing of who you really are. There's all kinds of lies that we all tell ourselves, that every human is telling themselves. Oh, I'm happy here. I'm satisfied with this. This is totally fine. But if you go deep within to who you really are, another story might emerge. One of the things I love about my experience of living spirit led is how often I surprise myself. How often I think I know what is best for me and what is right for me and what's coming for me, and how life delivers a completely different experience to me. An experience that I actually love more, that's actually more of the true me. For those of you that knew me back in my 2012, 2013, 2014 days when I was, going through my sort of rise in the work I was doing and reaching more people and, book deals and book tours and all of the things that were happening on television, speaking on TV, all of these, wild things that were happening for me at that time. Like I had a photo. First of all, I live my life on social media, and I legit had a photo of me with a glass of champagne. Like we had champagne at my retreats. We had like it was a whole vibe. It was a whole vibe. And then when my spiritual team, came to me, of course, they've been whispering to me over the years that I needed to let go of alcohol from my experience. But I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm so balanced with this. It is not a problem in my life. I know what alcoholism looks like. That's not what I have. I'm good. And so to then have the experience of drinking my final glass of champagne over 10 years ago in 2015. And as I'm drinking it, I'm outside with a girlfriend in the warm sunshine in Portland at the new Old Lompoc, for those of you that know Northwest Portland. Drinking that last glass of champagne and then hearing, not from here, but from deep within my soul saying, enough, we're done now. And I was like, this is it. I'm, I'm done. And my head brain was like, but you're probably just taking a break, maybe for how long? Like, who knows? Things always change, which is true. Life is ever evolving and changing. But my heart, my soul kept saying, you're good. You drank all the wine, girl. You did, you did it. You did it real big. You're good. And people in my life would reflect that back to me. They would say, like, really, how long are you going to keep this no drinking thing going? I lost all my friends at that time. My community in Portland at that time all fell away because we were happy hours and wine tasting and drinking at the retreats, after the retreats. But, we were doing all of that. So when I went sober, clients I had worked with, people I had, other colleagues that I had partnered with, gone, ghost. Nobody wants to hang out with a sober girl. And it was literally one of the most delicious blessings of my life. I am now 10 years alcohol free. And like, I cannot even imagine what I would have missed out on if I had kept drinking. Like, life is so much better than you could even imagine. I didn't expect that I'd be telling you this story, but this is an example of more abundance in your life for sure, in an unusual way. More love, more wealth, right? My physical wealth went to the next level once I quit drinking. Like so many positive, I went on to have some of the best romantic relationships, which is, romantic relationship is also a program in the Matrix, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We talked about that on 222. But I went on to be able to complete some major karmic contracts and go to the next level of my own ascension in love and relationship. My health and vitality went to the next level. Like so many things shifted because I heeded that deep call within me. But that was not on my bingo card. That was not at all what I was interested in experiencing in this lifetime. So we have to, and so if you had asked me these two questions that we just asked you in 2012, 2013, is your life wonderful and fulfilling? I would say absolutely. But there was so much more that was ready for me. I just wasn't at that point available to be honest with myself at the deeper level. And that is available to all of us because there are certain secrets we tell ourselves, there's certain lies we tell ourselves. And so when we are in the active process of unearthing who we really are, the true self comes to the surface, and then you can be led to whatever the next piece is for you. So I've been working as a healer and an author and a metaphysical psychologist since 2012 full time, started 2008 working with humans one-on-one and in groups. 2010 started doing the energy healing. 2012 went full time with serving others. It has been the most abundant experience of my life in all of the ways. Also, not on my bingo card. I wanted to be a writer. That was it. I had no desire or call towards healing in any way. So I'm sharing this with you to demonstrate that you may be at a time right now where you're like, yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's good. Or you may be like, no, 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 I know there's something more. And the process to bridge that gap is to do the deeper unearthing. And that is through some of the modalities that I mentioned earlier, to really keep allowing your true self to be revealed to you and not get over attached to the self that you were or are right now. So if I had been too attached to the girl with the champagne glass on TV, speaking on stages, I would not have been able to hear the whisper of my soul saying enough. But because I meditate daily, I'm doing my spiritual practices, I'm showing up for my life in that greater inquiry, then I can hear it, then I can take action, then my life can become more abundant. I did not know our podcast was going this direction. I always ask Mary and Yeshua to just tell me, like, let whatever has to come through, wants to come through, to come through. So whoever's listening to this or watching this right now, this must be the story you needed to hear, or it is magnetizing others that most needed to hear this story. When we think about abundance, we often think about it just in dollars and cents. And I am talking about dollars and cents, or digital currency and cents, or gold and silver and cents, or a rich, rewarding life and cents. Like I am talking about that. And it goes hand in hand. Golden age wealth, golden age abundance, new earth abundance goes hand in hand with what our oracle reading is talking about. You being your most authentic you. How do you get to the most authentic you? You have to be in a process and a practice of devotion to becoming your higher self in form. And then it will be revealed to you and you will be guided on the journey, and miraculous things will occur that you would have thought never would have occurred. I just went through that. I shared that on 222, or more of my story on 222. Just huge paradigms of belief systems and dynamics just falling away as you become your true self. And because of that, you live in radical abundance and wealth. So if you love being in the artificial matrix and you want to utilize the artificial matrix for your wealth and abundance, you absolutely can. And if you don't particularly love the artificial matrix and you want to live in wealth and abundance, you absolutely can. This is all vibrational work at the next level, meaning that we're not talking about you just forevermore vibing with the third and fourth dimension and being happy with the artificialness. We're talking about you ascending and becoming who you really are. If that includes you doing some work within the artificial matrix, sure, great. I'm utilizing an artificial matrix tool to come to you right now and share this message with you. So you find where your alignment is. But when you follow what we're talking about here in this podcast and you really go deep in your own personal inquiry, You will be surprised and delighted by the way the abundance comes to you. I just had a couple of months ago, and I was just completely so delighted and so surprised by the way the divine brought that flow to me. The dollars and cents flow. Just like, really, you guys think of everything. You are so freaking brilliant. Like, our spiritual teams, our higher selves are so brilliant. Source herself, the OG creatrix of it all, is so brilliant. And there is so much available to you when you live a devoted path. So, if you feel a resonance with what I have shared to you, be sure to go to Amazon and get your copy of Radical Abundance and Radical Times. You can also go to sacred-spirituality.org. On the homepage of my site, I'll have a link there for you as well. So you can pre-order your copy through June 11th. Send me an email once you place your pre-order, and I will get a Radical Wealth companion meditation. So you can do the daily meditation along with read a transmission a day to guide you on your path. This book is not a book you read from front to back. This is a book that you attune. So there's a whole process of attunement of how you attune your oracle to you, whether it's digitally or paperback, and then you work with it every day. And then just like we did here today, you're going to be guided to a specific portion of a transmission that has a message that's for you. And then you'll ask yourselves those questions just like we did today, and then you'll take action wherever you need to move yourself forward. This is vibrational medicine. This is a wonderful practice to bring into your daily experience that is so easeful. And I look forward to sharing it with you and hearing about the miracles that come to you from Radical Abundance and Radical Times, the Oracle. June 11th, paperback goes live. So make sure you are in our email swirl. Go to sacred-spirituality.org to claim any of our freebies. We've got a free meditation. I've got some new free freebies for you. I've got a superfoods guide for you, how to hold a higher frequency in your physical body. We've got some new yumminess for you at sacred-spirituality.org. So go there, get in our email swirl, and then you will get the update when the paperback is available next week. Thank you so much for listening, for being here, for watching. For those of you that are on the YouTube, I know I have folks who are like very much all about, they just want the audio, and then I have folks that only want the YouTube. So we are giving you both here. Thank you for being here on Earth. Thank you for being here on my channel, for walking this path, for caring about being a light bead and showing up for that. It is so incredible. Those of us that are walking this path and are truly, we are creating the next golden age. So thank you so much for being here. Radical abundance is your next step. For those of you that have been with me for some time and you're already living in radical abundance, the cool thing is we are on an eternal journey, and there's so many fun and delicious ways to experience radical abundance when you co-create it with your higher self. So as always, I'm your host, Dr. Kristian Strang, and this has been Awakening the Podcast. Look forward to seeing you whenever I'm divinely guided to bring you an oracle reading in the future. So much love and so many blessings to you. Mwah. May all light beings be free. And so it is. It is so.